What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Legacy, and today I'm gonna go over the top 5 raid counters for each Kanto bird in Pokemon Go. So Articuno, Moltres, Zapdos. I'm doing only 5. Normally I do 10, but since they're all coming out tomorrow for the 7th anniversary event at the same time, so I'm just gonna do the top 5. Okay, let's start with number 5 against. We're gonna go with Articuno because I think it's the worst bird. Okay, so let's go. Articuno is an ice flying type. It's 2.56 weak against rock, 1.6 weak against steel, electric, and fire. But you know, being double weak to, basically almost triple weak to rock makes the top 5 all rock Pokemon. Okay, we'll go over the moves on Articuno first. The fast move is Frost Breath, Ice Shard. The charge moves are Blizzard, Ice Beam, Icy Wind, and Ancient Power. Okay, number 5 is Rhyperior with Smackdown, Rock Wrecker. Now, Rhyperior, since this thing, like I said, is double weak to Rock, that's why Rhyperior made, even though Rhyperior is going to be weak to Icy Wind, Ice Beam, and Blizzard, it still doesn't matter because Rock Wrecker is such a good move. And then it's going to resist Ancient Power, so it's really good against Ancient Power. Again, so that's why it snuck in at number 5. Number 4 is Shadow Aggron with Smackdown and I don't know, can I get that move? Meteor Beam, yeah, Smackdown Meteor Beam. Now, this thing's being carried by the Steel typing because since it's a Steel type, it's going to resist Blizzard, Ice Beam, Ice Wind, and Ancient Power. So it's really, really solid if you don't want to have a lot of feints. If you're low on revives or something, yeah, it's really good. Okay, and let's go. Number 3 is Rampardos. I gave Rampardos a slight edge just because DPS does more damage than Shadow Aggron. Even though it's not going to resist the moves, I'd still give it the edge in raids. Against Smackdown, Rock Slide. Now, against all the moves, everything is neutral damage here. Blizzard, Ice Beam, Icy Wind, Ancient Power, so you have no advantage like you do with Aggron. But it's not weak to the ice moves like Rhyperior is. So that's why it's number 3. Number 2 is Shadow T-Tar. Usually with Shadow T-Tar and Rampardos, it really depends on the move sets. It's always close. But I gave Shadow T-Tar just the slight edge. It's not as glassy. Even though it's a Shadow, it's still not as glassy as Rampardos. Oh, problem here is all my Shadow T-Tars have Bite, Brutal Swing. I'm not going to TM those, so yeah. Smackdown, Rock Slide. It's probably good. Not Rock Slide, sorry. Smackdown, Stone Edge. It's probably good to have double moves on all these T-Tars. Yeah. You should definitely double move them because it's the top dark. So yeah, against all the moves, Ancient Power, neutral. All the ice moves, Blizzard, Ice Beam, Icy Wind is neutral. So now we'll go to number 1 is Mega Aerodactyl. Megas always dominate these lists because the Mega Boost is just so good. Being able to boost your partners in the raid is ridiculous. So that's why I give the slight edge. Rock to the Rock Slide. Actually, it was tough between Shadow T-Tar, but because Aerodactyl is weak to Blizzard, Ice Beam, and Icy Wind, and it's weak to Ancient Power as well. It's weak to all the moves, but the Mega Boost is just that good. That's why it's all the way up there. But you could argue if it wasn't for the Mega Boost, this thing wouldn't even make top 5. Okay, so let's move on to Moltres, the second best bird. Moltres. Moltres is a fire, flying type. Same thing as Articuno. It's 2.56 weak to rock. It's 1.6 weak to water and electric, but since it's double weak to rock, the top 5 is going to be all rock type Pokemon. So the moves on Moltres are Fire Spin, Wing Attack for the fast moves. The charge moves are Heat Wave, Fire Blast, Overheat, Ancient Power. So 3 fire moves, 1 rock move. Kind of the same thing as Articuno. And the top 5 is a little different. So number 5, we'll start off with Tyrantrum. I don't have one. But the moveset you want on this is Rock Throw, Meteor Beam. I haven't evolved it. I could evolve one right now, but I don't think I have one with decent IVs. This is the best one I have. Kind of waiting until I get a better one. But yeah, let's see. Does the Dragon typing help it here? It does. So this is why this one is all the way at number 5. You could argue putting it higher, but against Moltres. So Ancient Power is going to be neutral damage. But the Fire Blast, Heat Wave, and Overheat, it's going to double resist it because Rock resists fire and so does Dragon. So it does really, really well against the fire moves. All right, now let's go to number 4. I think the other Pokemon just are slightly better, like Rhyperior with Smackdown, Rock Wrecker. The ground typing doesn't help, but it's going to have a single resistance. Oh, well, Rhyperior actually resists all the moves. The ground typing helps to resist Ancient Power, and then the rock typing helps to resist Overheat, Fire Blast, and Heat Wave. It's close between Tyrantrum and Rhyperior, but I give the edge to Rhyperior. Now we'll get to number 3 is Shadow T-Tar. Where is Shadow T-Tar? Shadow T-Tar, again, you want Smackdown, Stone Edge. Mine doesn't have it because I'm using it as a dark. So I guess I'll go over number 2 as well because it's pretty much the same thing. Tyranitar, Rampardos. Like I said, it's always close, but I give the slight edge. And so Rampardos number 2, T-Tar's number 3. I give the edge to Rampardos here because it's actually resisting. They resist the same moves. They all resist Heat Wave, Fire Blast, Overheat, Single Resistance, and Ancient Power is neutral. So I gave Rampardos a slight edge because it's going to last a long time against those fire moves. That's why I gave it a slight edge. So number 3, number 2. And again, number 1. Top 5 was similar except except Tyrantrum made it in against Moltres instead of... Who got in? Instead of Shadow Aggron. So Aerodactyl made it in again at number 1. Rock Throw again. Especially this one's different because Aerodactyl is going to resist the Overheat, Heat Wave, and Fire Blast and Ancient Power. It's going to be weak to Ancient Power, but again, Mega Boost is just too good. And then I didn't include Mega T-Tar on this list because it hasn't come out yet. Whenever Mega T-Tar comes out, there's going to be a top 5 counter for Articuno and Moltres. And possibly Zapdos too. Not possibly, most likely, yeah. Okay, now we'll go to the best bird, Zapdos. My team bird, shout out to Team Instinct. The moveset on Zapdos only has one fast move, which is Charge Beam. It's an electric flying type, and then its charge moves are Zap Cannon, Thunderbolt, Drill Peck, Ancient Power. Thunder actually has, 1, 2, 3 electric moves, but this one has a flying and an Ancient Power. You got to give the best bird 5 moves, you know. The other two only have 4. Okay, let's continue. So, yeah. It's, I think it only has a single weakness, and it's single weak to Ice and Rock, 1.6 weakness. So it's a little different, unlike the other two birds, because Zapdos is the best, so that's why it's not double weak to Rock, like the others. So yeah, Zapdos. Okay, so now let's go to the top 5. We'll start with number 5 on Zapdos. Tyrantrum made it in again at number 5. Same thing, the Dragon typing really helps it here, since it's going to have a single weakness to all the moves. So there's going to be single weak to Zap Cannon, Thunderbolt, and Thunder because of the Dragon typing. Ancient Power will be neutral damage, but it's going to resist Drill Peck because rocks resist flying. So yeah. Rock Throw, Meteor Beam. So solid at number 5. Number 4 is Shadow T-Tar. Yeah, Shadow T-Tar, Smackdown, Stone Edge. The Dark typing doesn't help it here. So yeah, the electric moves, all 3, Zap Cannon, Thunder, and Thunderbolt are all neutral damage. Ancient Power is neutral damage. So the only move is going to resist, single resist, is Drill Peck. That's why it's all the way at number 4. But just Shadow T-Tar just a better Pokemon than Tyrantrum. Even though Tyrantrum resists, I think just Shadow T-Tar just is going to do more damage in the raid. Alright, that's number 4. Now let's go to number 3 is Rhyperior. Rhyperior is really good here. I thought about putting it higher. Oh, you'll notice. So yeah, Rhyperior, the ground typing helps it here. So it's going to double resist Zap Cannon, Thunderbolt, and Thunder. And then it's going to resist Ancient Power because of the ground typing. It's going to resist all 5 moves. So yeah, Rhyperior is all the way up there at number 3. Now we'll go to number 2 is Shadow Mamoswine. Even though it's not weak to Rock, Shadow Mamo with high Mud Slap, high horsepower is just so good. Now how's the ice and ground typing going to do against all the movesets? So it's going to double resist Zap Cannon, Thunderbolt, and Thunder. Ancient Power will be neutral damage. And Drill Peck will be neutral damage. But still, Shadow Mamo just as one of the best grounds. I think the only ground that's better... Yeah, no, the only ground that's better than Shadow Mamo is Primal Groudon. So it's just an insane Pokemon. Even though you're going to use it as an Ice type. Yeah, you're going to use it as an Ice type here against... So it is the best Ice and the best ground besides Primal Groudon. So yeah, Mamoswine is just so good. It's all the way up here at number 2. Now, let's go to number 1 is, again, Mega Aerodactyl. Just the Mega Boost is so good. But once we get Mega T-Tar, I think it's going to outdo Mega Aerodactyl in a bunch of scenarios. So Aerodactyl, how's it going to do against Zapdos? It's actually going to be weak to all 3 electric moves. It's going to be weak to Ancient Power. The only one that's going to do solid against is Drill Peck, but Drill Peck is neutral damage. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see all of you next time.